Here with Sindy with an S.
Hi.
Why did you break JP's heart in the jury house? Let's just get down to brass tacks.
Oh, I didn't think I broke his heart, to be honest.
He looked like a sad puppy dog that never even had an owner. You know, like
Oh
when
my
they,
God,
okay.
that's so mean. No. I adore JP. We're very, very good friends. And out of this house, he will be the number one person I will stay in contact with. But there's no point in me keeping something along just because he's there, you know? Like, it was just different, but he was still my friend. It wasn't like I completely ignored him and shut him out. I just figured it's time to have the talk and know that outside of this house, nothing more is going to happen. And I rather do that after a week together instead of 4 weeks together. So I think I did a smart choice.
Well, you're single now, right?
I am single, definitely. Give me a call.
So let's talk a little bit about Sarah's win. You know, like, is there part of you that wishes you had made it a little bit farther? It's the same question that I have for Neha, because obviously this sort of became the Sarah and Brittany season. If you had lasted a little bit longer, I feel like you could have been there with them.
I think I would if I had the opportunity to stay longer. I think the SSB would have lasted to the final three possibly, because all three of us had something to put into the alliance, whether it's a social game, whether it's a mental or a physical. We were all there because Brittany won a lot of the podium and buzzer questions. I would have won all the physical comps, and Sarah would have been there to do that. But I was at a bit of a disadvantage where I was a target since day one, literally. And coming back, obviously, they made a pact, and they're going to target me anyways. Obviously, every single one of us would wish we could be there sitting, winning either second or first place. But there's no point of going back and thinking that, because that's just going to make me more sad. I'd rather just go, you know what? This wasn't my time. I'm sure there's another time that maybe All-Stars, maybe I'll come back and do this, or maybe I'll just take advantage of what I got and go from there.
Do you feel like you surprise people? Because I remember when I saw your videos, I always talk to Robin Cash. She's like, what do you think? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm in love with Ashley. But when I saw the videos, I saw you and I was just like outspoken. I'm like probably going to go early just because of the, you know, and I'm sure you felt the same way.
Yeah.
So your story actually I found really compelling, because I feel like not only did you surprise the other house guests, but I feel like you surprised a lot of the viewers. What do you attribute lasting in the house, coming back? Like, where does that fire come from?
Honestly, I say it myself, like I'm a very competitive person, and I always want to be on top, and I always want to win, and I knew I was very outspoken in that sense, but I didn't want to change myself. I feel like if I change myself, that'll just look weird when I let go and they're like, oh, who's this person? I've never saw this person. I did want to go in having people underestimate me with this whole pageant. I didn't talk about my cruise ship career. I didn't talk about that. I wanted to focus on I'm just a pretty girl who can't do anything. And it worked until I was on the block and they realized, oh, she can do it. Now, I did surprise myself where I thought that I would win on the mental side in the social game. I did in a million years would never think that I would win in competitions, where when we saw me hanging on a rope, I'm like, I'm not going to win this. I did not think, and I did. So I'm glad that I surprised a lot of people. I knew a lot of people wrote me off at the very beginning when they saw that. We have 16 amazing people, or 15 other, and to compare me with any one of them, I don't expect them to be number one choice for anybody other than little girls who love sparkly stuff. So I'm glad I did what I did, and I'm glad I surprised a lot of people, and hopefully that continues.
Do you feel like you're both a double threat on Big Brother, in the sense that like you're strategic and then you're also really good in the DR? And is that what you need to be if you're somebody applying for a season 4?
You know what? For someone who's applying for season 4, you need to understand that being yourself is one of the biggest things there. You can try to be like me or be like anybody in the DR, but when you get there and you sit in that chair and they're asking you questions and you can't bring it, why do that, right? I'm sure there's other personalities who would just sit there like, look at Peely. She went to casting just wanting to see Jillian Emmett. She didn't think about going to auditions, and she was herself the whole way, and she's here. So for someone who's doing this, like I know you hear it all the time, to be yourself. Obviously, be a little bit one more of who you are so they can really see that. But for someone who wants to do this, like really think about it and think about what you would do and what's your backup plan, because sometimes what you want to do isn't going to happen.
What was the issue with Bobby, and is it settled now?
I don't like find Bobby as annoying as I did in the house. Is he someone I'm going to keep in contact with? Probably not. But we're very civil. He's very, very nice and friendly in the jury house, and that was fine. I think he just really was caught up in making good TV and trying to make a point of himself being there. And I just didn't like the way that he was saying things and how he was acting. I didn't know he was being fake or real. But in the jury house, I saw the true side of Bobby. He is a friendly person, but he's not someone that I would stay in contact with or be friends.
What's next for you?
That's tough. I would love to go back on my cruise ships, but however, taking Big Brother put me on a 12-month probation and I have to reapply for my job. So that's tough. But I really want to see what's out there. I love to host, so maybe I can push for getting a hosting job. But I don't know. Like, it's hard. I haven't even looked at my phone. I don't even know what's going on or any offers. So we'll see. Maybe I'll be on TV again.
Amazing. Cindy, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Murtz.